Hey guys, just thought I'd do a video for like tips and tricks on doing these little 12-inch wheels. They are a pain in the ass compared to the big wheels that I've done. They're definitely a pain in the butt. Obviously, these wheels here, they're like came with, this is the TSR Racing 140. They came with these, cheap tires. Obviously they always got cheap out on the tires, but it wasn't bad for traction. But it's soft and you can just tell it's not a high quality tire, but it works well for a little bit. But where I'm riding is pretty deep sand and stuff like that, so I definitely need to upgrade my tires to try to be able to get some traction for the big jumps there. But so I went with the Dunlop MX34. It's the new one. And it's an insane difference. But yeah, so the tips and tricks that I'd give anyone that's doing these 12s, and 12s with a wheel lock, okay, not 12s with just a fucking valve stem. I've seen the guys doing all your 10s and stuff like that, and they just have a valve stem. They don't have any wheel locks. That's a completely different story when you got the wheel locks on these little wheels, because it makes it harder. So the big trick that I used were these things. If you don't have a bunch of tire irons, I only had 2 tire irons, and I had 3 of these. So this will help keep your bead in the lower circumference of the rim to where you want to keep it in that, there's a proper term for it, but you want to keep it in that lower barrier of the wheel so you can pull these edges over. So that was the biggest concern for me. So I used these on each side of the corners, which squished it and kept it lower, so then you could keep prying it and then you just moved them as you went. It was quite helpful. The biggest mistake that I made is I watched a video and the guy doing a 10-inch wheel, and he says you start at the valve stem. You cannot start at the valve stem. Well, I couldn't when you have the wheel lock. I had to start at the wheel lock because every time I would get over to the wheel lock, it would just catch on the tire. The tire is so thick on the sidewall. These Dunlops are super heavy duty. So I start at the wheel lock and work my way around from that. It is a pain in the butt to get the valve stem in under when the tire's just got one edge of the lip on. You gotta kind of squeeze your fingers through. It's a little bit time consuming, but you will get it. If you take the patience, you can get it. And then it'll just, it'll make your life easier. I tried 3 times doing it valve stem first, didn't work. Tried first time doing it wheel lock first, worked first time. So the bead might be a pain in the butt. This thing was kind of a pain in the butt to bead. It took about 3 tries or so to bead. I was just using soap and water, so probably wheel grease and stuff like that would be better. But yeah, those are the tips and tricks that I have for anyone doing these tiny little pain in the butt 12s. It wasn't too bad, as long as you got the little helpers and you're doing it the right way first. But hope this helps anyone. If you have any questions or anything like that, just comment below and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks, guys.